do not bring a gun with you to a protest. If you're gonna bring a gun to a protest, you bring that gun and you be willing to do the same exact thing that those guys, those cops are there doing with their guns. That's it.
ICE has done it again. They did it again. They killed another American citizen. The whole world saw this, and the whole world has responded, and it's not looking good for the Trump administration. What I saw in that video was murder, absolute murder, 100% murder.
Hold on. You can't say that. You don't know. All of the facts have to come out. You don't know exactly if it was murder. You don't know any of that stuff.
I got two eyes. I don't need much more than I got two eyes.
Run the video then. Run the video and then
we'll run the video. We'll have the people watch it. Listen, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Play the video. That's Alex right there.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, why do you push her like that? He's helping her. Oh, they pepper sprayed him in his back. They had his back turned. They pepper sprayed him. When they dragged him to the ground.
Fuck people! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Now they're wrestling him to the ground. There's what, 4 dudes on him? Five dudes on him.
They never known a girl.
And because everybody saw the video, this is when they grabbed the gun. This is when he gets shot.
Wow.
The fuck did you just do?
Wow.
What the fuck did you just do? What the fuck?
Now let's stop it right
You
there.
can stop. Let me just say my point right quick. So, first of all, condolences to this man's family. Whenever you see anybody gunned down like that, it's definitely a sad thing to see someone gunned down like that in the middle of the street. So I definitely want to. It's an awful thing. My perspective on this is that yes, it's a horrible thing to see that guy get gunned down like that in the street. It was horrible. Was that necessary? Did the cops really have to do that? Did he have to gun him down? And he shot him 10 times. The man was already on the ground, and he kept on shooting. I think it's just one officer that did that. I don't want to blame every ICE officer for this one officer that did that, but that looked crazy. And when the investigation come out, we'll see.
There is no investigation. They said they're not doing an investigation.
They have to do an investigation. There's no way that you could gun someone down the street like
Trump
that.
administration, they said that there's nothing to investigate.
They're gonna have to be an investigation. You can't gun someone down the street like that. There will be more problems for the government if they don't do an investigation.
Yeah.
But hold on, let me finish my perspective, then you could go and say what you think. So for me, it's this. Do not bring a gun with you to a protest. If you're gonna bring a gun to a protest, you bring that gun and you be willing to do the same exact thing that those guys, those cops are there doing with their guns. That's it. What's the other reason to bring a gun to a protest? Why bring a gun, period? If you're not willing to use that gun the same way, don't bring it. But for me personally, I don't think that that's the smartest thing to do. Another thing, I just don't think it makes much sense, like, to go and protest what these federal agents, ICE are legal federal agents. It don't make much sense to go there and protest them doing what they're doing their job. They're gonna do the job regardless. They've been sanctioned to do that job, and that job says to go out there and get illegal immigrants and round them up and send them back to their country. Until there's no more ICE doing that, ICE is going to be doing that all over the country. It doesn't make any sense to keep on trying to fight that.
Assuming that the only reason why he would bring a gun there was for ICE agents. What if it's for other protesters who get violent and try to beat him up? What if that gun? And then what if he just has the right to bear the arm? Do whatever you want. You have that right. I don't care what's going on. I don't care if ICE is there. I don't care if vanilla ICE is there. You got the right to do it. You can do it. Secondly, you have the right to protest. It's a right that you have. People doing it. I can't fault that behavior for no reason.
You could protest. Yes, you could protest what you want to protest. I'm saying that ICE been deporting people for years. It was deporting millions of people for years. Why is it so important to protest now? Why? Because it's Trump? I don't want to,
Why are you infringing on people's rights? How easy
infringe on
are
whose
you
rights?
to infringe
Whose
on
rights?
people's rights?
Whose rights?
You telling people don't bring a gun. No, they got a right to bring a gun.
Yes, but what I'm saying is it's not smart to do that, right?
How you know it's not smart?
And what I'm saying is this. Why is there so many protests all of a sudden against ICE? ICE has been in operation for years. Obama, when Obama was in office, they deported 5 million illegal immigrants. Why is it that when Trump wants to be out there deporting people, all these people are out there protesting ICE and bringing guns to these protests? Where were they before? When Trump and Biden and the rest of these guys were deporting people, not Trump. When Biden and Obama and the rest of the guys were deporting people, where was these ICE officers at? It's unnecessary, man.
Well, I just think maybe Obama was probably a better president, more effective.
All right.
Was able to handle business.
Whatever.
Than Trump is. Anyway,
here it is.
All right,
Here it is.
when I believe Trump was president when Kyle Rittenhouse also brought a gun to a protest, and all the same people talking about you can't bring guns to a protest had no problem with this dude bringing an AR across state lines, which is illegal, into a protest to shoot protesters, because that's exactly what he did. He went to trial and he ended up being acquitted for it. But that's neither here nor there. I think the bigger picture here.
I didn't say they can't bring guns. I said it's not smart to unless you're willing to use it the same way other people are there with guns are willing to use it.
I think
that's what I said.
No,
I didn't say you can't bring it. I said it's not smart to do it.
You're looking at how this scenario played out, and you're trying to say what you're saying.
Are you crazy? If there's one gun there and you want to bring your gun there, you gotta be willing to pop that gun. Just like everybody, whoever else is out there with those guns, you better be willing to pop that gun. You should never bring your gun. You should never draw your gun. You shouldn't put your hand on your gun unless you're willing to pop it. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Well, you blaming Alex?
I'm not blaming Alex.
Great.
That's not true.
So
I think that officer murdered. I think that officer was overzealous. So, now I'm looking at it. I looked at that video again, and I know I stopped you during the intro, but I looked at that video again, and he shot him 10 times. He was on the ground. He was no longer a threat, and that guy still got shot. That's craziness, madness to me.
Right. So his gun had nothing to do with it. Whether he had a gun or not, he probably would have been shot.
That's not true. That's not true. Because you don't see many cases where the officers are shooting people who don't have guns. So that's where we have to draw the line.
You don't see many cases, or you see no cases?
I haven't seen a case yet where, I'm not sure. The reason why I'm saying this,
This is America. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about ICE agents. I'm talking about the ICE agents.
Because ICE agents are supposed to be dealing with the public like this. They're supposed to be dealing with, and that's like border control. They're supposed to be on a border. What are they doing in the middle of a city? Anyway.
All right.
Anyway, in such a strong force.
No, those people are there impeding.
Which brings me
ICE.
to my hold on.
They're impeding ICE from doing their job, man.
Which brings me to a greater theory of mine that I want to raise here.
Get on with your theory.
In America, when you have deputized agents with guns running around roughing up American citizens with masks on, I think the people are going to have a problem with that. Right? This is precisely what America was founded on. They ran away from a monarch that would raid their homes with no probable cause. They would just raid it because they could. This is, you got to ask yourself, why is the Trump administration coming down with such a heavy hand on immigration? Why are they targeting Minneapolis? And there's some things that I think can lead you in a direction of the reason for all of this, right? Just recently, Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, wrote a letter to Tim Walz, governor of Minneapolis, saying, hey, we'll get ICE out of Minneapolis if you give us your voter rolls. Why are they doing that? Are they that concerned about the midterm election?
You saw this letter?
I didn't see the letter. It's not written to me, but there are reports that letter was written. Tim Walz actually posted on X.
Okay,
about this
well,
letter,
Tim, okay.
right? So this,
I mean, he's a
I don't
little
have the
funny
information
guy,
here.
but-
I don't have the information here, but this stuff is out there. It's not even like new news. And so, but you got to ask
All
why.
right, what's this letter saying now?
And I'm paraphrasing.
Get ICE out. We'll get
We'll
ICE.
we'll get ICE out
of Minnesota.
of Minnesota if you give us our voting rolls.
Give us what?
Your voting rolls. The
Voting-
people on your voting rolls. We want to know who's voting in your country, in your state.
Okay.
Right? And even there's one Texas, I think it was Greg Abbott, who said, hey, this wouldn't be happening if you just cooperated the government and gave them your voter rolls. But that's private information.
So are you saying that it's a possibility that Trump need those voter rolls so that he could somehow interfere with the midterm voting or something like that?
All I'm saying is criminals usually commit the same crimes with the same tools. And I think this is it could be another incident where he's trying to interfere with an election he desperately needs to win. Think about the consequences of losing this election. Think about it. Trump barely became president by the skin of his teeth. It was either he become president or he goes to jail. That's how critical that election was.
Wait, that's not really relevant.
It is. Hold on. I'm saying, I'm raising I'm just asking a question here. Why are they looking for their voter rolls? And could this be a reason or a way to interfere with the upcoming midterms, given how important one can suspect this election is going to be for him? Because if he is not, if the Democrats take over the House and the Senate, he is going to be impeached day one. And it will be a legitimate impeachment. So he wouldn't want that.
So are you saying that it's a possibility all these things are going on in Minnesota because Trump wants to interfere? Possibly, not because. It's a possibility that they need those voter rolls so they can interfere with the midterm election. That's pretty interesting.
That and also distract from the Epstein files. I don't know, I'm just asking a question. Maybe that's another distraction. We do all this, we're killing people, we're knocking people over the heads, we're getting people angry, we're having people protest, all to distract from the Epstein's files.
I wouldn't say killing people because killing people is definitely not
an objective.
In those situations, it's not like a planned thing. It's like something happened and someone got killed. So you can't just say, oh, go out there. It's not like they say, go out there and kill people. But anyway, is that your only perspective on that?
I think when they give you,
is that your only perspective?
They tell you, hey, you have absolute immunity. That's like saying,
they don't tell them they have immunity, man. Is that your only perspective on that, or do you have anything else to say?
Are you sure about that? Because I swear I heard them say that they were like leaders in that administration said that they had absolute immunity. Not qualified immunity, absolute immunity. So I don't know. All this stuff, when I put it together, I got questions. You ain't got none. You think it's all good. I got questions. Something's fishy, and we're going to get down to the bottom of it. Whether it's in this video or the next one, we're going to have answers for y'all. I can always come back. And maybe my suspicion is just a conspiracy theory. Or maybe it's the truth. I don't know. Only time will tell. You got nothing to say about my suspicions. Are they unfounded?
No.
Are they ridiculous? Are they out of left field?
You said one thing. You said that it's no. Actually,
I said distraction. I said they're trying to interfere with the elections, midterms, and the distractions from the Epstein files.
Epstein's files is a stretch.
All of this.
That was dying down in the media anyway. And then it's politics, man. What do you know? I don't know. It's politics. But I do know this. I know that the Democrats let in 20 million people, and that does affect in a country. It affects voting. It affects a lot of stuff. So therefore, there's a possibility they want to get those people out of here so they don't vote in the favor of Democrats in the next election.
All right, y'all. So thanks for watching this video. Stick with us and do us a favor. Give us a like, comment in the section. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you on the next video.